everyone. It is Sunday the 13th of March and I am here at my parents' property with the horsies. What's up there, Leo? How are you? Oh, he's got a bit of a wound going on right now, but he's a good boy. Hello. Hi, you want to say hi? Hi, Leo. What a good boy. And then we have Merlin. Oh, Merlin wants to say hi too. Come here, Merlin. Here's my good boy. Merlin's the baby of the herd. Yes, he's a good boy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm here at my parents' property and I am house sitting for the week for 6 days from today through Friday. I have not gotten a lot of writing done since my last vlog. I've gotten a little bit of chapter 17 written, so I'm a third of the way through chapter 17, but that is it. That is all that I have done. If you didn't see my last vlog, I'll link it up there. I think I got through half of 16 on my last vlog. So I finished 16 and I got the first third of 17 done, and that is all the progress I have made in the last like 2 weeks. So I am here and I have the week off work. I'm gonna work a little bit on Wednesday, but for the most part, oh, Griffey's over here too. Hi Griffey, how are you? The dogs are going a little crazy. It's a good thing our horses are not concerned about dogs because they're wild. Anyway, yes, so I have the week off work other than a little bit on Wednesday afternoon. I have a meeting and I have a couple things that I need to get done Wednesday afternoon, but tomorrow, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I am off work. I am working next weekend, which is part of why I have this week off work. I'm working like 16 hours on Saturday and on Sunday, so it's like a long weekend next weekend, but I have 6 days of basically no work where I'm here taking care of the horses and the chickens and the other animals on my parents' property, and I am going to use this inspiration and basically call it like a writing retreat. This is the face of someone who just spent the last like hour and a half realizing that I completely messed something up logistically in my outline. With regard, full moons are really important in this book because, you know, it's a witch story, and also the autumn equinox is a big thing in the book, and I realized that I put the September full moon after the autumn equinox, which is possible like very, very rarely, but based on where I put the August full moon is impossible. So, yeah. Now, you might say, this is the kind of thing that doesn't really matter, but it matters to me. These kinds of like logistical things, like this is not something that I can explain away with like a magic system. Like that, this is the actual sort of movement of the earth and the moon, and it doesn't make sense. I don't know what I was thinking. It's so rare for a full moon to be after the autumn equinox in September, so like I don't know why I ever thought this would work, but so anyway, I'm gonna spend the next, you know, 30 minutes to an hour trying to fix my outline. I think it'll work out for the best in the end because I think the beats of what the autumn equinox scene and the full moon scene are, I think will be okay going in this order instead, but I have to sit on it and like, not sit on it, I have to like actually mess with it and see if I can make it work. This is kind of a terrible angle. Like the camera's pointing up, so it's subpar, but it's okay. It's now 5 p.m. and I figured out how to fix my logistical timeline issues. And I think it's gonna be fine. In some ways, it's lets me reuse more of what the previous draft was, which I am now realizing in retrospect, I had the timeline right in the previous draft, and then when I fixed my outline and tried to make it better, I messed the timeline up because I was trying to do something different with the story beats. But we're gonna go back to the old beats in this part of the book, what I had in the previous draft, because it just makes the most sense. I am gonna, of course, edit all of this because it needs to be edited, and that'll help a little bit. But honestly, this part of the book was fine, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I know I'm coming.
You're like, let me have the food.
Oh, was it good, Merlin? Come here, Griff. Over here, Griffy. Oh, there you go, bud. When the barn cat gets in the way. Nikita, what happened to you? You got covered in hay. You gotta let me fill this up. Okay, okay. All better. What do you want? Hey, what do you want? Oh, stop. Hey, what is it? What's up with you? Okay, bye. Go back to your hay net. It's now almost 10 p.m. I took quite a long dinner break. We actually walked to dinner because there's a place that my brother and I really like that's like a 30-minute walk from our parents' place, and it was really nice today. So that was like an hour. And then, you know, did a dinner break and then did horse chores, and I didn't get to writing till 8, and now it's almost 10. But I did get some stuff done. I tried to work on that last scene of 17, the last 2/3 of 17, and I didn't get anything done with it. I just, it's like completely new, so it's a bit intimidating, and I've also been stuck on it for like 2 weeks, so it's just hasn't worked. I don't think it's been a full 2 weeks, but I've been sitting on this for a little while, so it's like hard. I gotta get the flow going. So I ended up actually just skipping down to the first scene of chapter 18, and I completely edited this scene, which was actually a bit more change than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be pretty similar to the previous draft, but I had an idea for how to make it even more exciting and engaging. So I did that, and that was 1,791 words. Probably 700 of those were from the previous draft, but like a solid 1,000 words, and you know, editing and figuring stuff out. So that felt really good. And I am now, what, halfway done with chapter 18, maybe slightly less, depending on how long I want chapter 18 to be. The second scene of chapter 18 and all of 19 are the same scene. It's one of those sort of big moments that is split over 2 chapters because it's just too long for one chapter. So I will write that scene basically in its entirety tomorrow, hopefully, and then figure out where the best split is to make those 2 chapters not too long. Yeah, that's the plan. I did not sleep well last night. Like, at all. I don't feel good. I did all the horse chores this morning, all the animal chores, and then I read for a little bit while I ate breakfast, but it's 10 a.m. right now, and I just feel awful. But I also am not sleepy enough to like take a nap yet. I think I will take a nap this afternoon though, because I slept so poorly. Thinking about that is making me yawn, but I don't know. I don't think I'll fall asleep if I try to go to bed right now. But I also don't really feel up for writing. I should probably hold this a little more steady. Hi, it's like almost noon. I still don't feel great, but I did successfully get some writing done. I just finished chapter 19, which I ended up not changing much at all. I just was a little bit of polishing. You know, I went through and I did go through and polish all of it, and some paragraphs changed and things like that, but on the whole I decided that it was fine as it was. I might change my mind in a later draft. I guess we'll see what my editor says, but for now I think I'm happy enough with it. It does what it needs to do for this point in the book. So that's one thing done today. I'm working completely out of order. I do still need to finish chapter 18. I need to do the second half of chapter 18 and the second 2/3 of chapter 17. So that's still the plan for today, this afternoon. Hopefully I'll be feeling better, but I am going to go get some chicken noodle soup and eat that for lunch, and then maybe take a nap, and I will keep writing later this afternoon. Oh my goodness. It is now 6:10 p.m. and I just got off a Skype call with one of my CPs / friends, and we caught up. We haven't caught up in a little while, but then we wrote for 2 hours, which was really productive, and I wrote 2 different scenes. I wrote almost 800 words, 786 words, and then I wrote 1,148 words. So I basically wrote 2,000 words, a little less than 2,000 words in that 2 hours. And I officially finished chapter 18 and am about 1,000 words from finishing chapter 17. So that was great. So I just have like 1,000 words to write after dinner to finish 17, and then moving and shaking, and I would have gotten like a ton done today. So let's hope my energy keeps up.
The wheelbarrow's empty, bud. It is empty. So majestic, Griffey. Well, I guess there are some scraps, Merlin. You gonna clean that up for me? Girls, what are you doing over there? Huh? What's over there? Lots of good buggies? Okay, bye. My parents have Americana chickens, which means they lay green eggs. I don't know how well that's showing up on the camera, but these are a nice pale green. So who's interested in some green eggs and ham?
I took a shower. It's like almost 10 p.m. and I don't think I'm gonna get this scene done tonight. I think I need to, because I'm visualizing this retreat as like work, since I don't have to work this week for the most part. So I'm trying to write during my work day as much as I can. Today was obviously like a little rough because I did not sleep well and didn't feel good this morning, and then I had a nap in the early afternoon, but I still wrote for like 2 hours before lunch, or an hour and a half before lunch, and then I wrote for 2 hours before dinner. So it was still a lot of writing today. It would have been good if I could have gotten more, but I just think that I'm a little created out at the moment. So I think tomorrow morning I'm gonna finish 17 and then do half of 20, and then tomorrow afternoon I'll do the other half of 20 and 21, which I think is possible because 21 shouldn't be hard. It should be just like reading through and polishing. This is not the most productive morning work environment right now. Mostly because that little one is very loud while playing. Tristan! It's 2:22. That's a great time. And I just finished chapter 17. I wrote almost 1,300 words of it. So that's great, actually. It ended up being a good sized chapter. I thought it would be a little short, but it's a good sized chapter, and hopefully that means the pacing is good. I can't really tell right now. This middle section of the book, I feel like I need to reread it and figure it out, but on the whole, I'm happy with all the pieces anyway. I went back to the end of chapter 19 and did a little bit of editing based off of what I had just written for chapter 17. There was a better way to end chapter 19, so I fixed that. That's one of the reasons I like to go in chronological order, because it makes it easier to play off what you had already written. So that's why I don't like skipping around like I did, but at least it got me past this, so that was good. So I wrote another 200 words at the end of chapter 19 and, you know, deleted some. I probably actually wrote more like 300, 400 words, but I deleted some and then rewrote some, and it kind of fixed up the end. So I think it's better now, and that should lead me in to chapter 20, which is what we're on now. It is almost 7 p.m. I just finished making dinner. I gotta go eat and then feed the horses. It's a little later than I would normally want to do that, but you know, it's okay. I had a writing session with my friend slash CP, the same one I did the virtual writing session with yesterday. And once again, it was very productive, and I got all of chapter 20 done. So that was great. The other thing I did, which I don't think I updated you guys on, it was the first third of 21. I actually did that before I did chapter 20. Don't ask me why, that's just what happened. So yeah, I'm gonna eat my dinner now, and I don't think I'm gonna have time. I'm probably not gonna have time to finish 21 today, which means I will do it tomorrow. I think I'm gonna try to do 21 and 23 tomorrow, because both of them should be pretty easy, and then leave 22 for Thursday, because tomorrow I do have to go into the office for the afternoon, so I don't have a ton of time to write. But if I can get those 2 chapters done, then I'll be okay. Why, hello, little dog. Good morning. It is Wednesday the 16th, and I just finished chapter 21. It's like 11 a.m., which is great because I need to get lunch and then head into the office. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good to have gotten chapter 21 done. It was like probably half newish, half almost exactly the same as the last draft. So it was still a decent amount of work, and feeling good about it. And I don't know if I'll write any more today. Depends on how exhausted I am tonight when I get home, but I'm guessing not. I'm guessing I'll just get started on 22 tomorrow. 22 is a doozy because it is completely new, but it is also one of the scenes I was most excited to write in this new draft. So hopefully it's fun. I figured out how to balance my phone tripod on my cup to have a slightly better angle, so I'm not like shooting up into my chin, but it's kind of a terrible angle with the light being there, isn't it? Yeah, that doesn't really matter. It is 9:03 p.m. and I just finished chapter 24. Though before you're impressed, I skipped 22. I did all of 23 and all of 24 today, and I did the first 500 words of 22 before I decided that it just wasn't gonna happen, and I pushed on to do 23, 24, because 23 and 24 had not as much changes. I did write, it says 1,416 new words in 23 and 559 new words in 24. Well, that's how much I wrote total in those chapters that I added to those chapters. I did delete a little bit from both of those chapters, but mostly what I did was add on to the chapters to kind of fill some gaps that are there from the previous draft because of the changes, if that makes sense. So both of them are quite long chapters now, but we're getting towards the third act, so that kind of makes sense. We're moving and shaking. I've already done 7 chapters over these 5 days so far. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so that's pretty good. And tomorrow, even if I only do one more, then I still will have done a lot, and I won't have as much to do as we get towards the end. So that's the plan. I was gonna go relax, but then I started reading chapter 26 because it's another chapter that doesn't need a lot of change, and I just finished it. I didn't actually add anything to it, unlike the last couple chapters. I just did a little polishing. I ended up, it looks like, deleting 229 words from it, which is fine because it's still within the acceptable range of a chapter length, and I am not hurting for word count. I'm a little hurting for too much word count. I'm currently at 98,500 words. 26 was the one I wanted to get to by tomorrow, so I got there, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to do 22 and 25 all tomorrow. It'd be great if I can, but I'm not convinced that I will. I did add a couple hundred words to 25 also, but they're messy. They're just like an idea for something that needs to happen in 25. So we'll see. Hi. It is 2 o'clock on Friday, and I just finished chapter 22, which is pretty great. It was a pretty short chapter, but not like too short. It was still in a good, it was a lot of fun to write. I liked this chapter a lot. It was like, it's the most romantic chapter of the entire book, which is great, and I had a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'm doing really well. I still have chapter 25. Ideally, I would finish chapter 25 today as well, but I already wrote 2,000 words today, so I'm not sure that I will do 25. I might just call this good.
Goodbye. You ready to go home? Yeah. Oh, bye. Goodbye, horses. Goodbye. Oh, goodbye. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It was fun hanging out with you for a week. It was. Goodbye, Leo. Goodbye. Goodbye, Merlin. Goodbye, bud. Oh, hi. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks for being such a sweet boy all week. You're such a... Okay, bye, Leo. Don't get jealous. Goodbye. Goodbye, boys. Goodbye, chickens. Goodbye.
It's been a while. Hi, everyone. It's almost June. I realized that I never really finished vlogging the end of my draft 6 revision for Daughter of the Bone Forest, which is my YA fantasy coming out from Fowl and Friends in winter 2024. You guys saw my fun little sort of writing retreat that I did at my parents' place while I was horse sitting. It was great. And then I went on a work trip right after that, and then I came back and I had like 9 days to do the final 7 chapters that I had to do. My deadline for this draft was April 15th. And I do have a couple clips. It is April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. And I just finished chapter 28. Yeah. I finished chapter 29. It's 11:30. I have to go figure skating in 30 minutes, so I gotta go get ready and eat some lunch. But I managed to finish all of chapter 29 this morning, which is amazing because then I can take the rest of the day off.
Nice. Nice.
It is 10:40 p.m. on Monday the 4th, but I finished chapter 30 and it's done. I successfully completed the book on time, and I didn't have as much time as I had originally wanted to go back and reread and polish. I just did a pretty basic reread polish at the end on like April 13th or whatever. Oh, the other thing that I did in the middle of this deadline craze was go to Vegas with my friends, and I got to see my first ever BTS concert, which was really exciting, and it was a lot of fun.
BTS.
I did finish with the initial sort of drafting of that draft 6 before I left for Vegas, but then I came back and I still had polishing to do, and it was just kind of exhausting, so it was a bit subpar planning wise in terms of my energy with getting all of that done. I definitely also just underestimated how much of a revision draft 6 was, which seems a bit silly in retrospect. I mean, the R&R that got me this book deal asked for a pretty significant update to my main character's motivation for going off to the magic school that's in my book, and a consequence of updating that motivation had really large ripple effects throughout the rest of the book, and it was also my opportunity to just change and improve and update the book in general since my last major revision, which had been December, January of 2021, that range. So, you know, it had been more than a year, and I'm a better writer, and I just had a lot of updates that I could do and I thought of. And even now, one of the reasons I'm filming this clip and finally going back and editing this vlog was that I was thinking about updates I want to make for draft 6.5. Once my editor gets back her notes, I have even better ideas for updating and improving and just upping the stakes and everything like that, because I really want to try to make my debut the best book it can be for what it is. And I know a lot of people are really excited about it, which is just like, I still can't believe that, and I'm really excited about being able to share it with people, and I just want to try to make it as good as it can be. My editor is going to be getting me her notes this summer, and then I will be doing draft 6.5 like August, September range. I am extremely busy at my day job over the summer. It is our busiest season. My editor already knows that I won't have a lot of time to do edits in the summer, even if she gets me her edit letter back, you know, in the next couple weeks. So we're just gonna sit on it and keep letting the ideas ruminate. And I do want to get her edit letter pretty soon, which she said she would send it within the next couple weeks, so that I can start ruminating on whatever she points out in her edit letter and really, you know, making it all fit in my brain. I also did send this draft 6 out to a couple CPs so that they can give me their edits as well, and I can just put it all together, and hopefully draft 6.5 will be the last major revision or serious revision, and then the only thing after that will be just small changes and copy edits and things like that. So that's the plan, but we'll see if that's what happens. You guys will hear the update in like August, September range. I know the last video on my channel, I talked about taking a step back from AuthorTube and maybe doing some more videos on my other channel, which is my cosplay gaming channel. I haven't had time to do any YouTube at all recently, so you know, that is what it is, but I am planning on going back to some cons later this year and next year. So if you are interested in my cosplay, check out my cosplay channel. I'll put it up there, and definitely continue to subscribe and follow this channel, because I do have some more vlogs and updates, debut diaries style things coming. Everything is just very exciting right now. I'm one of the sort of main founders of the 2024 debut group, and our Slack went from having like 5 people on it to exploding. We have over 30 now. Many of them, their deals aren't announced yet, but y'all, the 2024 debut group is on fire. I'm so excited for all of us, and I can't wait to see who else is able to join us over the next year or so as we continue to have people get offered 2024 debut deals. It's all just really exciting. So I'm hyped about everything going on. If you have any video ideas that you'd really like me to make, even though I am taking a step back from AuthorTube and posting regularly, if there's a particular video that inspires me or something that I think it'd be cool to talk about, or that I have a unique experience that I can talk on, that I'm happy to consider making a video about it. So let me know in the comments down below, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. I, as always, have links in my description to causes that need your support. There's a lot of really terrible things happening in the world right now, or that have been happening recently, so please check out that list and give whatever support you can to whatever causes speak most to you. And yeah, that's where we are. So I look forward to chatting with y'all in the comments.